All right, everybody.
Good morning.
We're here.
Hi.
I hope you saw Angie's salute.
That was for Phil, because he was being bossy at me. Very bossy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Susan's here. Kim's here.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good afternoon, I guess, now.
Good
We're used to
afternoon.
starting at 11.
Are you really starting right now?
What the hell did I do?
Good afternoon. I don't need corrections from you.
Yes, you do sometimes.
Oh, this is going to be a bite me kind of a day. I can feel it.
You're teachable, and I'm teaching.
You're trainable, and I'll work on it.
Oh, man. Jessica says hello.
Good morning.
Oh,
Good afternoon.
yes, let's do this.
Let's do
the
this.
rare live show. And if you don't know already, I am home because it is WrestleMania weekend.
Woo! And that's fun. That's fun for us.
That is what we're watching later on.
Yeah, that's super fun for us. But yesterday, we did end up going to that tarot store. Well, we went to the Red Iguana. Shout out to them. They make great food. They were so good. So good. And the mole was great. And Phil loves spicy things. Whenever we go there, he eats something spicy and he starts like getting hot and sweaty. And it's like, okay, dude, there's no way I'm taking a bite of that. We went there, and then we went to the tarot shop. So I got some new cards I can show you. This is one of them. Will you show them that box? It's called First Aid for Broken Hearts Tarot. And it is quite beautiful. It makes me think of the mystical moments. And then I'll just show a few of these. They are absolutely stunners. But they look like kind of oracle a little bit. I mean, they are definitely different. Show them a few of these too. Those are great. Show them the High Priestess. It's just really beautiful. So I think it'd be great for journaling. It might not be for travel reading or quick tarot reading. It doesn't look like Rider Waite. It definitely reminds me of the mystical moments. Definitely. But it's very interesting, beautiful, and it's like, okay, I have to have this, even if I'm not reading off of it a lot and it's just strictly journaling or whatever. It's gorgeous. So that's one of them I got. Honey, I'm going to have you set those. I don't know if I've got these in order, but I'm going to have you set these over to the side because I want to break into those a little later, perhaps. Some of them are still, like, that's still in order. I got a duplicate. This one's not in order, but this one is, and it's the Good Fortune. And this one surprised me. Will you show them some of these? And I'll show you the box and the guidebook on this. Holy cow, it's great. It's incredible. And I was really surprised, and I'm liking the guidebook a lot. In fact, I was shuffling up this other deck, and it had the Five of Wands on the bottom, and I happened to see that yesterday. And it was saying something about, like, a battle of the egos or something like that. And I thought, that's a good way to put it. And it's Barbara Moore that's done the guidebook, but it's, like, fully illustrated. Let me see if I can find. This is a gorgeous one. Look. Show them some of these pages. They're great. And so this one is a beautiful deck, and I instantly just bought two. I was really surprised by that. So, yeah. So this one is still in order. This one is in the racks ready to go. So I'll pass you this one. I don't know if I'll get into that one today. And then this one is called the Astral, and it's so bright. I was like, holy balls, this is good. So, I mean, the color is intense. Very densely colored. Show a few of these. And this one looked like it would just be trippy and good. So this was the first one that I knew that I had to have over there. And I'll show you a few of these. And then there's one more. When Women Had Wings. Woo! I'm dropping cards already, guys. So yeah, this one's called the Astral Tarot. And it's gorgeous. It's a stunner.
A stunner.
It is. I mean, it really is gorgeous. Astral Tarot by Frederica Casagrande or something like that. And then the When Women Had Wings. Pretty interesting. And the ones that I've gotten into the most so far is the Good Fortune. Now these are still somewhat in order, so we'll put those over there because I probably won't bust these out of order just yet. But these ones are gorgeous. So take these and I'll show them. And the gilding on this, oh my gosh, to die for. And then it came with like this really, I'll show you. Like just a tarot bag. If you like to have your tarot in the sheer bags, you can carry it with this. And it's just gorgeous. And the box was here. There it is. So that one is going to be fun to look at. But it's got, like, look at this one. Lady riding the elephant there. You just don't even think about that. So it's When Women Had Wings. And it's just really a different kind of looking at the tarot through that. Guidebook, somewhat illustrated. Like, Not as big as that other one, but still I like when they have these right there, because if you're thinking about the imagery and they have it right there, I think you're going to pick it up faster. But yeah, so that's what we did. It was really fun. And that place, it is called Elemental Inspirations. It's on 7th East and roughly, 21st South, something like that.
Something like that.
Hard to get into their little parking lot. And their display case, huge selection, but their display case is cram-packed full of shit. So it would be nicer if you could pull things out and look at them a little easier. So it makes window shopping a little bit more challenging than if you were just knew what you were going for. But still, really pretty cool. All right, passing you these, honey.
Pull things out, look at them. Is that what she said?
You trying to get me banned?
What?
I heard what you said, honey. This is supposed to be a daytime show, you know.
Okay, softball.
Oh, what? No, I do
No.
not. No, I'm not going.
Okay, Kim wanted to know how many decks did you get?
5.
So 780 now, I guess,
No,
Kim.
no.
780
Maybe
or 760.
740.
Sorry, 760.
No. But this one is that Good Fortune one, and I've shuffled it plenty. This is that 5 of Wands card, and I'll be using this a little bit today and incorporating it more, and we'll just get rocking and rolling. So yeah, very, very fun. But yeah, you look across there and it's like it's harder to find what I don't have than what I do have sometimes. And that case was so jam-packed full of stuff, some things I'd never even seen. And it was like, okay, but, you know, I wanted to get my hands in it. Like if you're going in a yarn store, you want to feel the yarn and touch all the things and, you know, look at the things a little bit more. And that was the only disadvantage there. But anyway, all right. So we're starting the show. If you've got some questions, this is when we do the micros.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah?
Okay, Gloria
Okay.
is already paid for a blind.
Oh, okay, Gloria. We'll get right to it. Hang on for a second. Okay. Gloria's blind. We'll go here. Yeah, this one. Okay. This is some kind of folk spirit or Spirit of the Woods oracle, wild something oracle, and I don't know what this oracle is. But we're going to see. This one came up first. And this, I think, is just an energy oracle. It might be a Colette Baron Reed or a Sandra Ann. I'm not sure. Gloria for the blind. What does she need to know? Oh, this is the one that has all the Tree of Life going on. Path of the Moon, Evolution, Simplicity, Animal Kingdom. This one says Death in Between here, Grief, Rebirth, and Transformation. This is a gorgeous death card. And the Path of the Empress. This is showing me that you have something to let go of quite a bit. Here and here. And then Path of the Empress, you're heading towards this here. Show her these. See what else is going on. What is this old wound that you carry that... Yeah, if you're getting the death card and you have an old wound and you don't take care of the wound correctly, like in the old days, whatever you want to call the old days, when people would get gangrene or lose their legs or something like that, when soldiers would die, things like this, if you don't get proper wound care, then something can take more out of you than you need to. And right here, the Path of the Moon, some kind of confusion has gone on, and it's taking more out of you than it needs to is what's coming through. The death, you need proper wound care for whatever this is, this emotional grieving that you need to let go of, death and transformation coming in order that you might birth something new. It's huge for you right now. What I'm getting is that I keep getting this reference, and it's like somebody's got a big old gash in their thigh. I don't know why. It's like the thigh has got a cut like this big. You would like clean and stitch that, but you wouldn't just let it go crazy. And this is what's going on if you're carrying this old belief, this old whatever this wound is, for too long. It's just going to become problematic, infected, gross, yucky, nasty, bleh. You don't need that shit. What else do you need to know on this? You're seeing something through the distorted lens, and the moon card has very, very fractal type imagery distortions. I compare it to looking at your reflection on water, and it's all like chopped and the water's moving along and doing things. You're not seeing a clear mirror reflection of something. There's something distorted. Their intuition is already leading you to something different. You need to go towards the intuition and don't just base it on what you're seeing. You need to look a little differently at this if you want to go forward and get the healing going on. Mud and moss, that's almost like you would slap it on. Stagnation, yeah. They're too long. And then you've got Covenant soul family. There are those around you that would help you with this transformative time, help you through this. It's like if you see this and you get the images or the references to the Six of Swords, and there's the ferryman in the boat. Not always is he there, but often is he there. There are those you can call upon and rely upon that will help you in this transformative time. There's something about this when you let go of it. You're welcoming in a new gift, and that needs to be paid attention to a little bit more. Once you can let go of this and let it go, whether it's a breakup, whether it's an old family belief, old family system, somebody that you used to rely on quite a lot and maybe you've grown estranged from, let it go, move forward. Because when you do, the new gift is coming in. Now let's see if there's anything else below here. Winter moon, moon water, winter moon. Why am I getting winter moon? This is saying moon water, and you can make your own moon water. This is asking for a reset. Subconsciously, you already know to do this. What is the winter moon about? It's about something that's iced over and cold, and it's like we recently just got snow again, and here it is almost May. It's April, and it's like we thought winter was all the way done. This is something that is, like I'm saying about the wound, or saying something that's a cold sliver. It's like you gotta let that go. The cold needs to melt off of that and fade. I would do a moon water magic or a cleansing type of ritual for yourself in order to help that energy almost be swept out, let go, washed out, cleansed out, and gone. Okay, I want to go to this deck now. What's going up above here? The air. Gorgeous. Okay, this is coming above the death card, and you know how often I go to butterflies on this. This is knowledge, wisdom, transformation. You know how to do this. If you think Ace of Swords, air element, you think truth. You think what is the truth that you acknowledge in order to move forward? How does that transform a thing? The truth is you're no longer caterpillar. The truth is you've gone through this path of death, the death card, and all this transformation. You need to move forward. You can't just be waiting, stagnant through here. You can't wait for everybody else to get on board with whatever your idea or your dream is. You need to advocate for self, move forward, and let those that want to support come with you. Yes, okay. Empress energy coming through, and the gifts of the Empress coming through. It feels like pouring through, tumbling through. I want 3 now. These ones are a little tricky to work with these cards because of their oval shape. Let's see what's going on. Flight is coming in. Now we've got ardor, passion, and flight. And then what else? Slumber. You're going to need rest after this. The Empress knows how to take care of herself really, really well. But what we're getting, ardor, the passion about creation in order to bring something forward. Flight, we've already talked somewhat about butterflies and this momentum and this moving forward that you have to do. And the slumber. What's going on in the dream space? You can take these and show all these 3 if you want. I'm underfoot for you, huh? Okay. What's going on with the slumber aspect of this? Again, we're getting winter moon, the fox's moon. There's this like hungry fox going on. This is the one that's crafty and clever, but also has gone too long hungry. Too long of going without something that is necessary. This is when the fox raids the chicken house and like things go up in fluff. This is what's going on. You've been too hungry for something else. Don't be waiting for somebody else to give you acknowledgement or attention or the kudos or the good jobs. No, don't be waiting for that validation to come externally from a certain person that you could stand forever and they're just not going to get you. There's somebody around you that is close but doesn't get you, and it's time to allow more space, more distance between you and that person. We've got roots and fog. Yeah, this is creating some kind of distortion here. The roots need to grow. There's something that needs to take root and move forward. If you could let these move over to here, allow these to move here, this would allow something different to happen. This would allow more growth, more productivity, fertility, all the things that are expansive. This is what needs to happen. When you allow for expansiveness of your own soul, that's when you're taking flight. That's when you're gaining freedom. That's when you're birthing new things. This is the energy that you should have. The passion for self, the passion for taking care of yourself, and propagating is the word that I'm getting. I know, a $10 word. Propagating. Being prolific in what you're doing. Produce, create. This is what you should be in this energy. Let this go. Let this shift. Let as much of it go as you can and go into this creative mode. Not everything you create has to be perfect or even needs to. The gift is in the creating, in the moments of creation that you're having. There's the gift in there. There's a gift and a recognition. You can let go of something. It keeps you very much in the present moment. This is important for you. Show her this one more time. That's complete. That's complete. That's where it's at. Yeah. There's something about the power of creation that you need to amplify. I don't know how to say it any plainer, but that's what's going on, and that's going to help you feel release and freedom and joy and expansion and all that good stuff. That's what I got. Okay. It's complete. Wow.
Whoa, Edge.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the Tree of Life Oracle of some sort, but this one I don't know the name of that.
A tree of life of some sort.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. I just don't know if it's the Tree of Life Energy Oracle or something like that.
All right, why don't you do your commercial real quick? We do have Susan and Penny. Penny, when you get a chance, I need your question, please.
This is what we're doing today. $20 for the blind oracle. That's what you just saw. You don't ask a question. I just go to the oracle cards over here, and I've got a ton of them. And we see what comes through and brings the messages through. If we do the year ahead, there's 2 in the middle, and then there's 12 months around, and then there's clarifiers as they come. So that's kind of a lengthy one, but that's $30 for the year ahead. If you want to ask a question, that's a whole different thing, whole different kettle of fish. If you're asking a question, you get the mini or the full. Usually 7 to 10 cards or 10 to 15 cards. Sometimes it's more because I get nosy. Or I'll ask a question, we'll start investigating, see what the cards say. Another question comes through. It's like, of course she's going to want an answer, so of course I'll pursue it. So the mini and the full is right here. And those are 30 or 40. Specialty reads are 50 for the crystal bones. The crystal ball with the cards, the bones with the cards, or a past life with the cards. I love, love, love doing those. It's not on the menu, but if you know, there is the $10 charms read, which are kind of like Lenormand, and I just throw the charms and read off of those. So that's really not on the menu here, but if you're in the know, I always am willing to do the charms read. Somebody asked on that yesterday. Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. It's Venmo is the @ and a feisty butterfly. Cash App is the $, and then the THE feisty butterfly. And then PayPal is afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. So that's how you can pay me. Let me get a little water and we'll get going.
And we'll be on till the top of the hour. Kind of a quick show today.
Just for funsies.
Exactly. Gloria said, I will work on this and will move forward. I feel rewarded when I am creative.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And don't worry if what you're creating is gorgeous or not gorgeous. The gift is in getting in touch with your inner creator again.
So Susan's asking if you still do Zooms.
I still do Zooms. They're $99 for an hour. Or you can get 3 questions and get a pre-recorded video for $66. And we just schedule the Zooms according to when we can both be there. And the pre-recorded, I just do, and usually it's a 2-day turnaround for that. So, yeah.
Okie doke. And speaking of Susan, today's her birthday.
Happy birthday!
So you'd like a general, please.
A general for Susan.
Penny on deck.
All right. Which one do we want to go to? Hang on. We're going to one of my favorite decks. Oh, you know it. The Dark Mansion's coming out for Susan's birthday. A general. What does she need to know? Ooh, okay. All right. I'm getting something about lemons coming through. And lemons are really good, fresh, very citrus, very refreshing, bring you back to life. It feels like you feel... what I'm getting is you may have felt like life has served you the lemons and it's been kind of sour and difficult for a while. Now we're getting to the different mode where you're getting the gift out of that, where you can make the lemonade, where you can get something good, where it smells sweet and is invigorating and it's helping to lift. This is what's coming through. And we're just going to do it in the lemon shape. I don't know why we have to do it that way, but that's what I'm getting. So, okay, that's what we're doing. Subconsciously, you're still going to have to do some clear out work. Subconsciously, it still feels a little bit difficult and rough for you. Now let's see what's going on. We've got on the one side, this feels like heartache, betrayal. It's been difficult. You feel like you've been stuck. It needs to shift. And you feel like you've been burdened, like you're carrying too much weight going on. This feels like it's past. You feel like you're in this current energy here and going forward here. So this feels like passing through a portal, synchronicity starting to come more in play. This is the card that usually means spring. It's the 1111 card. It's the 4 of Wands. You're walking through some kind of threshold. This is weddings, graduations, birth. Feels like it's really, really time for something new to be coming through. The Emperor, you taking the lead in your own life in a stronger way. Setting up the rules that work for you. Instead of letting the external force be what you react to, you are doing something and you're responding rather than reacting. It's very, very different. You're setting up things on your own terms in a huge way. 7 of Pentacles comes in. This is the garden popping. This is a lot coming into harvest, and this is going to be coming in. I am getting a reference for July here. Now, Sevens are the seventh month, and sometimes I'll get a reference to that being actually there. If you get the chariot, that's the seven also. That kind of thing. This does give me a July reference. So timestamp of July, I'm not sure what that's about, but it's big. Make sure you're resting and taking good care of yourself. This is huge important for you. And then the world, the graduation again. This is an up leveling coming up. If this is July, are we going into September here? Yes, we are. There's something that's going on in July where the seeds that you've planted begin to pop, pop, pop. And by the time you're in September, it's really full harvest. It's full on. And when we go under here, let go of this burden of what you thought the lover's choice would be or feeling second choice. Now, this one used to be depicted as the lover, right? And he had to choose between his fair love or going on to pursue his career path, his life path. In this one, in some of the more modern decks, they show it this way. And it's a rude way to show it, but I have seen it in a number of decks. And this is where they're choosing between people. The card is all about choice. It's not about coming in second. It's not about competition. So be aware. You are the one that is the one making the choices. Okay? Sun card coming up. This is right with the Emperor. I want to see what's in the middle here for this. Yeah. Your vision is clearing. It feels like you've been in the eye of the storm for quite some time, but now we're getting something. The vision is clearing. You're able to see more clearly. There is more sun on it. More happiness this year than last. If you could like carve out certain years of joy, this is going to be one that you're going to remember. This letting go of something, whoa, that you refuse to see. It's like you finally pivot and see it. You finally see the gift instead of being in this pouting mode. It's finally you get up and turn and see. And this is bringing in more prosperity, more wealth. This is legacy. This is inheritance. The breakthrough is coming because you're getting up. You're operating from a place of leadership instead of waiting. This is what's happening for you now. Knight of Pentacles is coming in. This is really, really where you're taking time to be patient with something about your growth, about what you need to do, what you need to see going forward. And you're really, really prepared. Something about the last couple of years has gotten you quite prepared to experience joy and do it differently this year. Wheel of Fortune kicking in. Love it. I love this, especially on a birthday read. Okay, so you've got the completion over here, but you've got the Sun, happiest card in the deck. Wheel of Fortune, luckiest card in the deck. What goes up comes down. The only constant in life is change. We know this shit, right? But this is also, luck is headed towards you. It's ready. It's ready. It's ready. You've learned to be a little bit more balanced emotionally, and that's a great thing. King of Cups here. Keep calm and carry on. You've learned to do that over and over and over. And you've got mastery on this. So things that would create a kerfuffle or ruffle your feathers or cause you to doubt yourself or feel like you're weaker in your voice and not speak up in the past. No. You've plowed right through those. Yeah, you're holding strong, you're keeping calm, and you're not being drawn into drama. You're just being more clear about how to use your emotions for your best good going forward. Again, Harvester's card coming in. Yeah, there's something happening in July. Things are going to open up big. So just enjoy the hell out of this spring and summer as you're going forward. And in July, expect things to really start popping. Anything else going on for you? This is what you've let go of. You've come so far. It's like you're not going to honor past pains and carry this past forever and ever. You're letting something else move through you. King of Wands. You're taking the lead. This is huge, huge, huge. This is the closest one to the Emperor here. You're getting in charge of the action that you want to take, who you want to get on your team going forward, how you want to move forward. It's more than just taking accountability for something or doing things in the accountable way. There's a celebratory way of doing it. It's like you're getting more comfortable in your own skin with who you are and who you've become. What's the subconscious going on here? Let me scooch this. I just want 3 from here. Same deck, just a little mini of it. You're going to have to choose. Now this is going to be tricky. You're going to get this opportunity to choose to carry the burden again or to go differently. What do you go differently towards? Wow. Wow. The Two of Swords becomes the Two of Wands. You're not just seeing things as exactly the same or being in this stalemate kind of energy. You're actually going to create a plan for yourself where you can choose, and you're going to start taking those steps that help you move forward. The Star card falls out. It lends you to going towards your true north. It's huge for you right now. Huge, huge, huge. That's excellent. That's incredible for you, actually. This is really, really good. This, again, is bringing me towards September energy. What else is going on? What's up with this September? So you're getting mile markers that you were seeing. If you were doing a cross-country trip, you would know that you would start, maybe you'd start in New York and you're heading to California. You know that you needed to cross through certain states or go to certain places and gas up or rest up or fuel up. These are the mile markers here, and there's certain things that you need to be celebrating at these points, particularly in July and in September for you. This is when your dream and your true north gets really straightened around. It's like you're doing and you're making progress, and then July it kind of kicks into, maybe not overdrive, but the momentum really kicks in big there. What else we got? You've let go. You move forward. Oh, okay. This is something that you need to be aware of that you've done and you can continue to do. And it might be something that is one of those lifelong challenges, but you're learning how to do it differently. You're learning how to move on, let go of things that are painful in the past, not over romanticize something. Don't have your head in the clouds in the overly dreamy space. You're getting more grounded. This Two of Wands, they usually have to come down off of the high castle wall, make their plan and move forward towards the horizon. Knight of Swords, you're moving forward more like this. You're carrying the truth, your truth forward, instead of focusing on the pain or focusing on this overly romanticized notion, daydreamy type stuff. No, you want it grounded and real in order to move forward, and that's what's coming for you. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. I love that for you. Happy, happy, happy birthday, honey. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, you are definitely learning to work smarter, do smarter, create your own vision of what you want to see happen. I love it for you. Keep at it. All right. And this is the Dark Mansion Tarot, one of my all-time faves. So yeah, love it.
Woo-hoo.
All right.
So we stay in the shot. See this line here? Try to keep everything from this line.
Like this thing
there.
over here?
No, this line here to there. Anything over here is out of bounds.
Dude,
So,
do you think it's fun for people to watch you lecture me? Because
I'm
it's
not
fun for-
lecturing you. I'm being the producer. I need a producer. Blah, blah, blah. I'm the producer. I'm
You
producing.
give me a shot that's like 3 cards wide. Come on. What am I going to do with this one? Here, honey. This is what you need.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Susan said thank you both very much.
You're welcome, Susan. You're
And
welcome.
she said I love you guys.
Thanks.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
Let me
next
have it.
up we have Penny.
Okay.
Penny has a full read, general read.
Full read, general read. We're going to the
Krista, you're
golden
on deck.
wheel. Golden wheel for Penny right now. Why
Susan
this
said you remind me of my grandparents.
I'll take that. Penny, why are we in the golden wheel for you right now? There's something about the creative, esoteric, ornate type of a look, very detailed, coming through. Something about that coming through. Really, really interesting. Okay, for Penny. Full general.
Yes.
We're doing a box spread for you. I don't know why we are, but we're going to start with a 9-pack. Do the good fortune over the top of this one. What we got in the center is this 5 of wheels. This is the 5 of coins, feeling like you're out in the cold, left out from something or separate from something. This has been a little bit vexing, and this energy will occasionally revisit. You're not as separate, but you've chosen different things to do, different ways to occupy your times, and you're still trying to rebalance and recalibrate that. You got the 2 of wheels here and the King of Swords here. This is like you know you need to do this. You know it's important for you to do going forward, but it still has thrown you for a little bit of a loop. The balancing of time. Now, some people would say this is a 2-month process. This feels like it's been more than that, longer than that. That you've been balancing where you use your resources, how you use your time, and who you're associating with. And it's shifted. It's shifted radically. And the shift has been over a long period of time. So the people that you used to engage with, say, a year ago, you're not engaging with them as frequently. There has been a little bit of loneliness that accompanies this, where you're feeling like, where do I fit? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be creating something new? And is this the right chapter that I'm in my life? Did I jump the gun too soon on something? No, you didn't. You didn't jump the gun too soon. We have the Knight of Swords coming in. This is the truth that you needed to do. If anything, you might have delayed. But because it's such a radical difference, it's like going from violin playing to maybe pole vaulting. Those are so radically different that it feels like a little awkward and clumsy still. As far as the group dynamic that you wanted to have set up and wanted to create, it's still coming. It's not just your timeline that is in the mix here. Other people's timelines is in the mix. You've got the Page of Cups coming through. This is the creative one, the artist, the huge one. It's totally fine. The creativity that you have needs to be honored and continue to honor it. It's always going to be a part of you. Always, always. This creative, you've got like an overdose of creativity. In this lifetime, you're meant to create, create, create. There's nothing that you can see that's going to be boring for very long. Your brain will go to creativity, and you're going to be like, you would be the one that would see the statue in the stone. You would be the one that would see the art before it hits the canvas. You see what it is that you need to shape before you carve it out. 10 of Cups here. Happiness coming here, and the 3 of Swords here. You have to let go of some of this past thing. The past version of who you were, the past way you defined yourself, needs to be let go of, let go of, let go of. I want clarification on this. And this is the Good Fortune deck in my hands, and this is the one, since I got 2 of it, this is the one I shuffled. The other one is still in order in case I want to do like a flip through or something. What's going on here? 2 of Wands. Now this is very interesting. You have two of Coins here, 2 of Wands here. This is the one we were just talking about getting down from the castle wall. It's like you can see from the high distance, you see the broad strokes of things, you can see the big picture. But until you start implementing things where you come down from the castle wall, start enacting the parts of your plan, nothing really changes from just viewing and surveying the scene. You've got to get down there, grounded, doing, creating. Like a sculptor can talk about seeing something they want to sculpt, but if they're taking all day deliberating what kind of mud they're going to use or what kind of clay they're going to use, or if their kiln is working, or if they're going to be a potter or whatever, all this deliberation is not helping create. Too much time here, not enough time in your hands. You got to get your feet on the dirt. You got to get your hands in the mud and the clay. You got to get in the doing of things. Take action. Queen of Wands. Very territorial queen, right by the Queen of Swords. These two together, harsh. This is, I want what I want, absolute. This is truth, truth, truth. There needs to be a little bit of softening coming through, but this one's territorial, fevered, passionate, strong. She's going to carve anything out of the way. This one, if she went on an adventure, she would not be the one that just sits there and waits for her carriage to roll by. No, she'd be on the horse like Joan of Arc style doing things. This one very much that way too, but in the mental capacity, in the thinking realm. And then the King of Swords coming through here. Show her these. These are the energies around you. These are the people around you. This is what you want to call forward more of. There is not the time for the emotional boo-hooing. There needs to be emotional softening, but not boo-hooing. Don't mourn the losses or mourn the past or mourn what was. What was great for the time. You didn't go off course. But you're not off course now either. The creating has to happen a little bit more fluidly for you. The Page of Cups tells us that. The fiery passion here tells us this. This passion wants to move forward. And then getting the groundedness. What about these aspects of self? There's a level of support around you that you're not acknowledging, and it's strategic to have this. This feels like the male energy coming through this King of Swords. This feels like what it is. It's like he's thinking down the track. There's a certain amount of this male energy that's wanting to plan, to lead, to think 3 months ahead, to really strategize, and that is not a wrong thing to do. You might want to be impulsive and do, but this one's saying, okay, the truth of it is it needs to be laid out a certain way. Yes. However, you need to actually start doing too. Now, what else is going on with these? Ducks in a row within 2 months, the next 8 weeks. Ducks in a row, ducks in a row, ducks in a row. Reward. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is great. You know how the 4 of Wands is like graduations, weddings, birth. The 6 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands are coming through together. The 6 of Wands is like the victory and everybody can see you on parade. 6 of Pentacles is when you can share your gifts. You share, you get more. This is having enough to share now. You're feeling like you have enough accomplishment, enough creation. If you were going to go and do like some kind of a vendor's booth is what I'm getting. If you were going to do some kind of vendor's booth, you would have produced enough of your own artwork or creative stuff or pottery or whatever it is. You would have had enough of your own creations that you would have a pretty good setup that you could now bring profit in, share your works with others, and receive the money in exchange for it. This might be something to consider. 8 weeks coming up, and then the Lovers, the choices you want to make going forward. This is the strategy and the choices. Will you show her this, honey? What are you doing in June? We've got the 6. We're getting months in, and this is a major. You're going to do it before June. You've got 8 weeks, so it might be in mid-June. There's something coming up. You might want to investigate if there's something where you have, you know how they have the Ren fairs and the festivals and the state fairs and like strawberry days or cherry days or whatever it is. It feels like that would be worthy of investigation. It feels like allowing your work to be seen, displayed, allowing yourself to share it more publicly than just having it in the studio, stacked by a canvas, by a canvas, by a canvas, by a canvas, or shelves and shelves of the same mug. It's like it's time to share the gift. The choice has to be yours when you're ready, but it's like soul contract here. You might not think that the gift that you share is that big of a deal, but it is that big of a deal. It helps ground people. You let people see things through your lens and it makes them feel better. There's a way you can affect the mood, the temperature. You can shift and elevate something. You can capture a moment of emotion on a page really, really well. It's important. Yeah, defend what it is that you're creating. This is important for you. There's a huge amount of resilience and strength that comes through. So the emotion that you pour into a work, say you're painting a picture, say you're even painting this picture, the emotion you would pour into this work would come through. It's like it is imbued, instilled. Its essence is in there, imbued, instilled. Yeah, this is coming through. This is big. It's like the surplus of emotion that you put into the work that you create helps bring forth other things. And it, when music speaks to us on the emotional level, it's because it reaches something bigger than just the notes, the notes, the notes. Art the same. Likewise, how you let your spirit into whatever you're creating or whatever you're doing, how you lend that in there, it infuses that. It's huge for you. What else does she need to know? The artist needs to continue and don't feel like it's separated or out in the cold. Anything else on this that she needs to know? Lesson here, lesson here, lesson here. You had to do it separate. You had to do the one creative effort and shift it into this other creative effort. All of life is creative, but for you in particular, hugely so. King of Wands, it's time to inspire, time to lead, time to get others on board. It might be even requiring you to teach a little bit going forward. Very interesting. Yeah, you might have a simple course or something that you do that promotes this. This is a great entrepreneur, a great promoter, a great somebody that leads, and it's helping gather the chickens together and lead them to a different direction. Five of Cups. Do not be in this morning. These fives are here. They're disrupting something. You've got the coins here and the cups here. Don't be grieving something in the past or thinking you lost something. Or it's like somebody that's naturally a good cook that cooks so good, but they're grieving that they never went to cooking school when they're young. They still have the gift of cooking and creating and feeding and supporting and really showing their love in that way for their family, their friends, or whatever. So don't be grieving that it wasn't a formalized thing, a formalized education of the soul. The education you have along the way is enough of the education that carries you forward. Lead with that. What you've gathered from your life experience education is huge for you. Move forward with it. That's complete.
Woo.
Yeah, I love that for you. Love it, love it, love it. Very, very different kind of read, but that's what it is. Yeah, love it. Yeah, and the imbuing of things. That's pretty... it's a potent and powerful gift if you can imbue whatever it is that you're creating, not just with the love that you're offering, like when people are creating foods, but if you were creating quilts or canvas art or whatever it is, pottery, whatever it is, when you're creating, if you let your emotion flow through you, it helps imbue that object with it. And that's how you can transfer energy in a way and do good. And you don't have to worry about who buys whatever picture or whatever quilt or whatever potter's mug. You just know that you put it in there and let the energy carry it forward. That's what I got.
All right, she said 100%, I understand. And then she said it does. I'm aware of that.
Yeah. It's fabulous for you. Okay, let me get a little water. We'll keep going.
Woo.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, super cool, honey. Super, super cool. The other day, yesterday when we were reading, somebody got the mural came up, and it was in the Create Your Own Magic deck. Look for the mural card. That's coming out, and it's coming out that you could do that kind of work or stuff on that scale if you wanted, and have so much fun doing that. You could collaborate. There was a school across where Phil and I lived before, and they did a mural, and it looked like kids were all collaborating and doing this mural. You would have a gift that you could influence that big. That's an example for you. It doesn't mean it has to be so, but think about that. You have the ability to be somebody that would lead a whole crew in doing a mural and creating something beautiful. So yeah, that's the scale.
Right. Penny said, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're
Okay, Krista.
Okay, Krista.
Krista's up next. Krista, do you have a question for your mini? And she'd like a mini in a pinch.
A mini and a pinch for Krista. Okay. We're going to go to Alice and Luna. Is there a question?
I will get it to you. April, Psychic Seer April, you and I have such a passion for butterflies. I just got a new tattoo with butterflies.
Congratulations! That's fabulous. Yeah, I have one on my shoulder and one on my ankle that's butterfly too. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah.
All right, and April, I think, is going to get a read from you, too.
Okay.
So we have Krista, Sandra,
does she have
and
a question?
April. Krista is asking for a general.
General mini, and then a pinch for Krista, right?
A pinch.
I gotcha.
What? What did I say?
We're just going to keep on rolling.
Yes.
The Alice and Luna deck for the general for Krista. What do you need to know? I'm getting draw from the four corners, draw from the four corners. It's almost like we're trying to create an X spread coming in towards the center, towards the center, towards the center. This is, in tarot, one of the first cards we see is the Magician, card number 1. And he has all 4 elements that he's capable of working with and utilizing. This is what I'm getting. Be very, very aware. We're going to draw from the 4 corners for you here. This is not usually how the X spread goes for me. And I really didn't even think we'd be going into the second deck, but we are going to the second deck. We need to know what is in the magic. It's like all of these are poles holding some kind of bubble in place. If you saw them as poles and there was a bubble on top being held in place, this is where the magic is inside this bubble. Let's see what's going on with this. These aren't right. Hang on. Ah! The cards are too good sometimes. Holy shit! What have I been saying this whole time? Holy smokes. Holy smokes.
And Krista asked, almost portal-like?
Yes. Yes. This is what comes through. The magic. How you would create the portal. How would you imagine the portal. How would you spend your time there. But also using the elements that are the tangible elements. The 4 elements that you would bring forward with the Magician card. Holy cow. That is just too good. Okay. All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Intuition needs to come through. And also a little bit of divine timing and fate coming through. So allow the cycles and seasons to be changing how they need to. The Moon card here and the Magician in the center. Holy cow. We've got Justice coming through. Again, Justice has to do with balancing the scales, karma, and timing. A lesson that's coming in. The 4 of Swords. Make sure you get your rest. Make sure that you are clear of mind before you go into the meditation. Before you go into any kind of portal thing. You're not carrying other people's energy with you. And if you have a specific question or specific thing to address, make sure you're clear before you start if you want the solution coming through. This is coming through with all the swords energy here. What do we have here? Cups energy here. So the swords energy is here. Move on from whatever it is and let yourself go to the meditation fresh if you want to have the balance come through a little faster. Show her these 3. I won't be able to hold this long. The energy is like thrumming. It's the thrumming energy, a humming and thrumming energy. This is the Cups energy coming through here. We've got the 3 of Cups here, but we've got the Empress here. This is being a vessel of receptivity that's allowing you to create something different. It's going to be honoring your gifts where you can share and you'll have more to share. And this is people celebrating what you're doing with this. I really hate when you throw them to me out of order, dude. Okay. Yeah, being the vessel, allowing yourself to be receptive, intuitively receptive to what comes through. This is huge for you. You got the Empress energy here coming through. 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, celebrating and being with those that celebrate your gifts. Again, this is touching on the Moon here, trusting the intuition. You're not even distracted by the ripples in the water when you see something. It doesn't distract you at all. No, the intuition just, you know. It's like you would know what's 7 feet below the surface, and you would know exactly what kind of fish. Whether it's trout, salmon, or whale, you would know what's 7 feet below the surface. You'll know. Your intuition is really good, and you're getting laser focused and deep, deep, deep. That's Cups. This is Coins. We've got the King of Cups over here asking for the balance. Keep calm and carry on. All of this. And detaching from over emotional stuff like we talked about here in the thinking. Also in the emotions and getting grounded. This is the coin section. 9 of Swords. Again, don't be in your head too much. It does not serve it. If you want the earth element, you need to be grounded, grounded, grounded. And then here we have the 8 of Pentacles. It's something that in your work becomes second nature. You master it. This is the master and the apprentice, and you're getting the hang of it, doing it. Like dropping a plumb line. What the hell is a plumb line? I'm getting the image of like, maybe this is to do it with carpentry or fishing. I don't know. It's a line, and it's got like this metal thing dangling off of it, and it's almost like you could drop this to see, yes, to see if something is plumb level balanced, but you're dropping it in the water also to see what would be going on down there. I don't know what that's about. I'm not a carpenter. I'm not a fisher person. But that's what it is. You know how to drop the plumb line and gauge something quickly. That's what's coming in here with the earth. And then here, we have cups, we have swords, we have coins, we have wands. Death and transformation. Huge, huge. Yeah, the butterfly moments have happened for you already in a huge, huge way. You already are in the butterfly mode. You already know this. There is, again, a tether, and this is an image that comes to me frequently when someone is either not necessarily afraid of flight, but spending time a little too earthbound after they've hit butterfly mode. Spend more time with your intuition. Yes, you need to be grounded, fair enough, but don't let other people hold you back or keep you down, keep you tethered. And the image that I'm getting is I don't know where I saw it. I wish I would have put it through my printer immediately, but it was this butterfly with like a tied stone. A rock was tied to the butterfly's wings, so she couldn't fly as easily. So you need to let yourself free of that tether in order to fly free. This is part of the transformation. Learning to remove the tethers that hold you. Learning to remove what anchors you when you shouldn't be anchored, when you should be in flight, okay? Queen of Cups. Reflect back on something, but don't wallow, okay? Over here we have that king balancing in the earth, adding his energy to the earth. This is adding hers to the fire, the wands element. So don't be overly heated, passionate in a way that creates drama, even though you might have drama, or even it's not nice to call them leeches or energetic vampires, but it feels like there's a few of them around. So be mindful, push them back, allow distance, allow what is the portal, the bubble, the space you need to create to be there. And that is sometimes hard because our heart is big. We want to give to family or friends that are always in need. But if they're always in need, we cannot rob them of the opportunity to grow the fuck up and learn how to handle their shit. Sometimes we aren't meant to go in and rescue and save and solve and fix. Sometimes we're meant to let them run into the brick wall and, oh shit, that hurts, shouldn't have done that. This is part of what the learning curve is for you.
Oh, I know exactly who those are.
Full coming in, new start over here. This is huge. Trust the universe has you, and trust it has them also. This is huge for you. This is what's coming in on this. And the portal and the bubble, imagine this. There is, I think it's not the hidden realms. It could be the hidden realms. Yeah, go into your decks that feel like they have this portal. Some of them that have the, where is it? Not Jessica, what's her name? Josephine. Josephine wall art is sometimes in there, but you'll see the bubbles. You'll know certain cards that have the bubbles and the portals around you. Allow those to be a space that help you step through. Allow those images to help you step through, because it is like 4 poles holding something up, and it's this bubble that's held by not support, but by the sheer force of the energies going forward. So this is a mastery thing. The magician's in the house again. Magician is here, and this is something for you to employ for yourself, to allow yourself to have this move forward. Magician, moon, Wheel of Fortune coming through here. Even though it's Ace of Pentacles, you've got Wheel of Fortune coming through. And I've read it as Wheel of Fortune twice now. This is what's coming through. It's the timing thing. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It's right here with the Earth line, but I'm telling you it's Wheel of Fortune. All right, that's what I've got. That's complete on that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I don't think I've ever done the spread in that way. But when they need to be done a certain way, then I just honor the nudge and go for it. All right. Now let's see what else we've got here.
Pinch.
A pinch.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can
You need
focus
to adjust this.
rather
The
than...
pinches are trickier. Okay. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Wow. Yeah. What I got as I was stirring this around is when there's so many ingredients in a soup, in a vegetable soup, and each one contributes a little bit. Sometimes you have carrots and celery and onion and chicken, and you've got this great chicken soup, or you've got a vegetable soup that's really hearty, or a vegetable stew that's really hearty. This is what all of these components feel like to me. You've got the crown on the moon, the intuition coming through, swan energy coming through. You know the story of the ugly duckling really quite well. You know this really, really well. So whether you call it butterfly or swan, that's what's happened. That's what's happened to you, and it is your time, your season to be in it. This has already happened. This is more lining up with the now. So this is past. This is already here. You're understanding the crown. You're understanding intuition. You're understanding your value, your worth, and you're understanding this swan stuff too in a big, big way. No more duckling. I mean, it doesn't apply. And you get it. And somebody might try and put you in duckling box, and it's like, it just wouldn't work. In years past, maybe it would have worked. Maybe you would have bought into it or given them a little bit more credit for what they might say or what their version of you is, and it just doesn't go that way anymore. The bloom where your planet is coming through, the cat on the moon. This is really the cat with the canary is what I'm getting here. I don't know if I can show this quite well, but the cat on the moon. It's like the cat with the canary, or the cat with the cream. You've got what is very satisfying to you. Intuitively, it's come through here and here. Very, very satisfied. Very, very much satisfied. And it's like you know what you've got. You know the assets you've got. You aren't hindered by other people's outdated versions of you anymore. Now, there is a strong, strong stubbornness, a groundedness, this anchor. It's almost immovable. The river is here. And there's all this kind of flow. And this is the river. Eventually, honey, I'm going to have you take this one when we're done. Okay? Show her this. This is what I call the river. It's one of my earrings that I threw in my charms because I liked it so much. But it is like the crystalline river and all this water flow. And you are moving slowly in the flow at just the right weight. Right rate. If somebody drops anchor in the ocean, they aren't going to move very much because their anchor is so heavy. But it doesn't mean the ocean is going to keep them perfectly still. So you're moving in the direction you need to be moving in at just the right pace. A lot of this is coming through. A lot of voice coming through here. This is the blue energy, the speak your truth, speak your truth, speak your truth, continue to speak your truth. It's beyond knowing and experience it, speak your truth. Butterfly energy here, crown energy here. Something that has been cut in a huge way. Now, scissors can be making the cut or cutting things out. It also can be very much like the sword of truth. It's meant to cut two blades, like two sides on the sword. Be very, very aware of this. You're cutting something. There's something that's coming with travel, and there's a key that you find when you do it. This one's coming through. This is the horse, but it almost comes through like unicorn energy. Very interesting. Asking you to travel towards the key, towards something that is more magical, and then the knitting key over here. So the key here and the key here. These are lessons that are coming in. Really important. And again, anchoring down, tightening what those knitting needles are. If you see interchangeable needles, they have the tip of the needle, then they have this cord, and it anchors it in. This is what's happening. Anchoring in that crown a little bit more. Anchoring in the version of who you are now versus what somebody else may have told you. Again, swan energy coming through all the way. It's not anything that you are uncomfortable with anymore. In past, perhaps, but now, no. This is something you are understanding how to be with the flow, go with the flow, when to anchor down on what it is that you know the version of yourself to be, and not be carried away by somebody else's nonsense. This is huge for you.
So traveling in August.
Yeah. There's magical energy around that time frame for you, twice with keys here, and what feels like unicorn energy, not just Pegasus, not just horse with a great mane. It feels like unicorn energy to me. That's what it feels like. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. Yeah. A lot of components going forward towards that. Yeah. Good. Like it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I got. Yeah. I could tell you more and more, but it would just be me repeating myself. It's all there. You know what each of those are about. This is not tricky at all for you. At all. Yeah. Understanding your own place, your space, your beauty, your divinity. Understanding all of that.
Okay, doke. She said that is breathtaking. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me read it. It's very fun. Very fun to do the charms. Okay. What are you seeing, honey?
Michelle, all you do is just literally touch the screen and swipe right, and it gets rid of the chat, so you can see the charms better. At least that's the way it works on mine. So.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you besides that.
Yeah,
but it will be recorded
and
put on the tube for later if you want to go back and look at it.
For the tube.
Yeah.
Okay, got about 5 minutes if you'd like to
Okay.
get on our list. We have 3 on the list: Sandra, April, and Lauren.
Okay.
Sandra's next up. Full read, whatever the cards need to say.
Okay.
April, if you have a question.
I don't know if this is called the wilderness or what this is. This is a Y spell deck for Sandra. And this is a full read, whatever the cards need to tell you. This one, I took the borders off of this one right here. So it's kind of noisy, so sorry about this. It's going to be crunchy. Getting John Denver Country Road, Take Me Home, and it's very gravelly road that's walking. It's old, it's not even paved. This road is like a lane to a house. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, this is traveling down to somewhere in your memory. Yeah, this is Country Road, Take Me Home coming through, and then it might be a Dolly song, Back in the Memory, something like this. This is asking you to go to the memories of your youth, where there was innocence going on, where there was a time when you didn't have much experience in the world, but you had big trust in people around you, and there's something about this going through. It's almost very idealized, romanticized notions of childhood, and it's not a bad thing. It's a happy, sweet thing. It would be something coming through from the childhood past that's very, very sweet coming in. We got the Magician coming through here. Look at this gorgeous Magician. My goodness. And the Sun and the huge amount of happies. It's really honoring what you've come through in a huge, huge way. It's wanting you to remember the magic, how you've created so much, and all the different things you've created in your life, the joy you've created, and now you're going to this place where you're creating a different kind of legacy. It's huge. Huge, huge, huge. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Emperor here. It feels like a little bit of worn out, tired, beat up a little bit energy here, and the Emperor here. There's been resilience, but it feels like this feels like a little bit of the masculine energy that wore you down, and there's wanting to remember your own magic as the child, as the youth. This is, don't let somebody else's rules and structure of something else wear you down too much. We're going to the second deck. This just feels like the headline. What's going on for the next month for you? Broad strokes? Yeah, broad strokes. Again, I'm getting that crunchy path coming through. Again, why are we getting this? Lucy's in the house. She's pointing to Gogs directly, showing Gogs' cabin, showing how there's different roads that approach the cabin that come through there, and how Gogs is always at work, and Lucy is pointing very directly. Gogs is almost like frozen in a still picture, which is really interesting, but the smoke in the cabin isn't. So Gogs is like looking like he's this old grizzled guy frozen outside this cabin, frozen in time, a moment in time. But the smoke from the cabin is still coming up. The meaningful essence is still coming up. Is that right, Lucy? Yeah. The smoke is always in motion. The inspiration is always moving through. Allow the fires of excitement, of inspiration, to continue moving through for you. Okay. All right. Okay. What we're getting here, and hopefully, can they see this pretty good, honey? Double check if I'm in frame. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we've got here is the Empress and the Five of Wands. This is the battles of the egos. This is when they're all like jousting or playing at these stupid games when they're not paying attention to each other. I call it when they're having a piñata party with a hornet's nest. Doesn't serve very well. So people around you might have bite and stung and not paying attention. And you're the Empress. You're trying to take care of what needs to be taken care of. You know what needs to happen. But this is almost too many irons in the fire or too many cooks in the kitchen, right? My mom used to say this, and I don't know if it's fair to say it, but it's too many chiefs and not enough Indians is what she would say. That's a really old school way of saying it, but it's too many people trying to be in charge, too many different agendas, and not a singular focus. When the Empress has this, she needs to focus this. Strength card here coming for you in the now, and in the conscious thoughts, the Knight of Wands, the inspired purpose that you need to have. This needs to be your inspiration as the main focus, as the thing that you are adding energy to, feeding that fire. Again, we're getting that smoke image coming through. Your fire of inspiration needs to be fed and tended. Everybody else can handle their own fires for a little bit. The energy around you, the perfect partnering. This is the energy of things being very symbiotic, very harmonious, very much coming together, and very supportive. And then the Chariot, subconsciously, needing to be the one that's driving forward, and like really, really hard driving. The ambition could settle down a little bit. I'm not telling you don't be ambitious. I'm telling you allow inspiration to coexist with ambition if you want to move forward. Those two need to coexist. Not just ambition alone. Inspiration and ambition. It's like your work and the joy of your work measured not just by the paycheck alone, but by how you feel at the end of your workday or how you feel like you're contributing. Huge. Recent past, your cabin was cold. Again, this was, and we were talking about Gox's cabin. This is when things have become too frozen, too frozen, too frozen. This stuckness needed to go. And recently, a tower experience that has happened. Now this tower, it feels like you're still kicking the rubble out of the way and still beginning to understand the bolt. I want clarification on that one. The truth that came through, the epiphany that came through, it's almost a little bit like you're mad at the universe for serving up this lesson. Like, why did I need to have this lesson again? There's external forces. It might be, yeah, okay. The external forces, when you get a big lesson, you get to this space in your head where, why did I have to have this lesson again? Why did I have this lesson again? Get out of your ego. Maybe it wasn't about you. Maybe you were part of somebody else's lesson. And this could be something that it's okay for you to be part of somebody else's lesson, and it doesn't have to be taken so personally. Move through whatever this lesson was, this bolt out of blue. Yeah, it's a painful reminder. Yeah, it's calamity, and oh fuck, oh shit, oh no. Beautiful disaster, wrecking ball, all of this plot twist, cosmic fuckery. It doesn't mean that it's wrongly timed for you or for the others, but you were part of their lesson as well. What else is going on here? Oh yeah. The new start, the Page of Wands, inspired, going forward, taking on something new. It has to move forward. It must be thus. It can't be any different. Ready to move forward. Let this tower be part of the past, and you'll have to keep putting it in the rear view. You aren't going to solely look at the rear view when you're driving forward, but you're almost checking it a little too frequently. So when you find yourself focused there, remember to look forward. Rear view, look forward. Keep looking forward. This is in the rear view. Let it be there. Here we have in the subconscious, over here, and then here in the hopes and fears, Wheel of Fortune. Fate has turned, and you can feel it. You can totally feel it. But there's a little bit of reluctance to move forward. You have to allow fate to turn, and then the shift of perspective. This is literally, you've heard me say this a bajillion times, when you lay on your bed upside down, or when you step on a ladder or a stool and you look at the perspective differently. Take some time purposely shifting the perspective. Shifting out of the rear view, looking through what's wide ahead of you. Shift your perspective. Shift what you understand. Focus on moving forward. Focus on the momentum that the strength wants to carry you to. Love this. This is you being captain of your own ship. It's high time, and you know it. You know it, you know it, you know it. The universe is very much supporting this. It doesn't feel like a person supporting you in this. It feels like you supporting yourself and you navigating by your own stars, setting your own stars, charting your own course. All of that maritime, nautical, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what's going on. Totally going on. You shift the perspective. You navigate differently. Love this. That's complete. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Woo.
Wheel here, wheel here. This is what's going on. You're taking the Wheel of Fortune, spinning it to where you want to go, and going. This rear view isn't going to cloud your vision much anymore. Go forward, go forward, go forward. You know. That's what I got. Yeah. And don't forget, you as the Empress, don't forget this about yourself at all, honey. Remember that. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love this for you. Just keep doing what it is that inspires you, that leads you to feed your own fire, that leads you forward, that is what you feel the desire to do. Keep going towards that. It doesn't mean you don't have to deal with some knuckleheads. Sometimes you will. But keep going forward, going forward, going forward. Yeah. Awesome. I think this is called the Wild Reflections or something like that from Weisfeld. You can look it up. It's a great one. It's one that I ordered and instantly needed to get more. It's like, I should have just ordered 2 off the jump. And it does make me think of the Light Sears Tarot. So that's usually where I keep it, is by that in my decks. But yeah.
Okie doke. Sandra said, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gorgeous, gorgeous read for you, honey.
All right, we have April, Lauren, and Michelle.
Okay.
All right, our list is closed for today. Angie will be back Monday,
at
11 a.m. on Utah time.
Yep.
So anyway, we have April. Full read, should I start mentoring?
Yes. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. But the answer is yes. You should start mentoring or leading or teaching. Take on a student. Yes. Share your gifts. Share your knowledge. Yes. It doesn't have to be that you're somebody's guru. And if mentor is an intimidating word for you, but should you start sharing what it is? Yes. Or straight up yes. There's no cards required for that one, but let's see what's going on for you.
Real quick, April said, just wanted to tell you to check out your Facebook page. Sent you a picture of my quilt I completed with butterflies.
Okay, I will.
Kim.
Yeah.
Kim is also a quilter.
Yeah, I have a quilt with Kim's butterflies in the other room. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it on my Facebook after that. Yeah, okay. So, what do we need to see for you regarding mentoring going forward, all of this?
Lauren, on deck.
This is the Love and Courage deck, and it's kind of, maybe not cute, maybe a little bit more rowdy is how I describe it. Yes, we're getting this in steps. In brave steps forward. Brave steps forward. Steps. The steps that you take as you are mentoring, as you are teaching. The best way to learn something and the best way to learn more about something you love is to begin to teach it. And it will give you so much richness to allow yourself to do this. Even if you don't teach it perfectly, allow yourself to do this. Queen of Wands, you're meant to lead. 8 of Wands. Ducks are coming in a row. Yes. Start doing this. 7 of Swords. Now, this is sometimes called Sneaky Pete the Thief. This is when you need to learn to cover your ass. This is also when you learn to travel a little bit more lightly and you learn to prioritize what is important to you and take that with you. And also, sometimes it's creating a twist of fate that serves a different circumstance. When you think of the original imagery there, you see the guy leaving camp with the 5 swords, leaving 2 behind. So there might be less bloodshed because he's taken the weapons away. So you're twisting fate in a different direction in a good way and traveling more lightly. That's first step. Next step. Cooperative energy that needs to go forward. Don't delay your readiness to move through this portal. This is a graduation and this is the way you dance through it. Again, a lightness of step needs to come forward with this. Let me get a cough drop. A lightness of step needs to come forward with this for you. And it's big. It's really important for you to step lightly and step through this threshold. You're on it. Don't delay it. Start taking action toward this. Say that you think, okay, is it time to mentor? And say that you put it out there and maybe it takes a week or 2 longer than what you think for people to respond or you to hear feedback. Keep going. It's what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, you're supposed to be teaching right now. Knight of Swords. You know the truth. You're carrying it with intent, with integrity, with high integrity about what you're doing and how you want to move forward. There's a very distinct way that you want to do this moving forward. Now here we're getting interesting reading going this way when we do the steps. We got the 8 of Wands here and the 3 of Coins here. This is ducks in a row and cooperative energy. Here we have prioritize the time, stepping through the portal, and we're moving to this 5 of Wands. Don't let egos get in the way and don't let other people hijack your agenda. If you want to teach how to blow glass, how to do pottery, great. Don't let somebody else tell you, oh, well, actually, you're supposed to be teaching how to do, I don't know, how to bake birds. I don't know. How to cook a Thanksgiving turkey. No, don't let somebody else hijack your agenda. Keep clear about what's in integrity for you going forward this way. The momentum needs to go forward and there needs to be balance. I said in the recent read when I saw that chariot, there was a balance of inspiration and a balance of ambition. It's also balancing the feminine masculine energy, but very much the inspiration and ambition needs to be balanced, and it needs to be you as the driver, singular driver in the chariot, always. Spiritually led in the chariot, always. Driving forward, always. This is how you do it, and when you need to rest, you rest. If anybody is driving a chariot and their horses are tired, they're not going to run them till they can't run anymore. They're going to hold up. You know when the momentum is good, and you know when to pull back a little bit, steady the reins, stay in place for a minute, and then move forward again. You know how to push through a little bit differently. So knowing the truth, pushing through at your own pace with your own momentum going forward. Knight of Cups. High ideals, high-minded. This is the Knight of Dreams that isn't always good at executing the dreams, but the noble purpose. It means allow for imperfection. Allow for flaws to be in there. Allow for yourself to have a learning curve. If you've never done this before, mentored before, taught this before, allow for yourself to learn along the way also. This is huge for you. It's equally effective as doing it in the perfect way. You don't have to be the perfect example of anything. You have to be the willing teacher. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the teacher is ready, the student appears. One of those is how Dyer said it, but the other one is equally true. Now here we have this going through. We've got 5 of Wands, Chariot, 4 of Swords. The resting, remember I said when the momentum needs to stop, don't forget to rest. Don't forget to pull back. Don't forget to recharge your own batteries. Don't spread yourself too thin. 7 of Wands coming through here. Don't spread yourself too thin. Hold the boundaries for yourself. This high ideals, you can't do everything all at once. You need to stay focused on what it is that your purpose is. What is your purpose in doing this? What is your intention? What do you want to experience and what do you want to share and offer out there? That needs to be clear before you move forward. Be clear in this, what it is you're offering, why it is you're offering, how you hope to grow by doing this. Not just that, like you can, we've all met this one. This is what's coming through. We have all had the math teacher that is great at math, but shitty at teaching. So be clear about what your intention is. If you want to teach and if you want to mentor, be clear. You might have all the knowledge under the sun, but your heart needs to be in the right space so that you're dispersing the information in a way that is effective for you and the recipient of that knowledge. You wouldn't normally think of that, but just keep that in mind periodically. If you're giving an information overload, scale back. Leave some of that to the side and go into the heart of the matter. 6 of Cups. Very, very much happiness. You're going to teach us in a way, and this is like kids that exchange the favorite rock for, I don't know, what do I usually say with that? Favorite candy bar or something. It's a good trade, right? It needs to be a fair and good trade. This is how it's shown in the Love and Courage deck, and this is what it's asking you to take on. The name of this deck is called Love and Courage. You're going to employ both of those elements as you go forward. In the exchange of things, in the way you move forward with the Chariot, all across. What else do you need to know on both ends of this? What might challenge you subconsciously? What might be that you're up against shadow-wise? That's what's coming through here. Subconsciously, you might not know that you're going to be up against this as you go forward with this plan. Okay, your receptivity could be a little bit impaired. So when you get locked in on a thought, allow yourself to open to a different view sometimes. Your receptivity could be a little impaired. You might be, Page of Cups goes towards the water and gets the unexpected stinky fish, right? We've talked about this. Creativity needs to be employed, and something that needs to be transformed and rebirthed will need to come through in a different way. Show these. You got Empress, Death card, and Page of Cups there coming through. Subconsciously, allow yourself to be receptive. That doesn't mean allow people to hijack your agenda. Allow yourself to be receptive. If you feel like you're stuck somewhere or you're having trouble with something, it's okay to ask your guides or the divine to help lead you to a different thing. If you have a certain curriculum or lesson planned, but when you get into the teaching moment, actually that one needs to go out the window and you need to adapt for what they are ready for. You'll be able to do so if you're in the receptive flow. Okay, be aware. Consciously. What do you need to know that you need to offer and bring up? Feels like just one on this one. Good trade. Good trade. Rock for candy bar. It needs to be the good trade, the good exchange, right? When it's the good exchange, everybody learns, everybody grows, everybody expands. And it becomes unforgettable. And rather than having the bad math teacher, you get somebody like my first grade teacher. She was fantastic. We all know the teachers that left an impression on our heart. Or my fourth grade teacher. My fourth grade teacher in fourth grade, I needed to take a joke into every day of class. It was probably the dumbest knock-knock jokes in the world that this teacher had endured. But she allowed that creativity to be there. She allowed that, and it didn't feel like ever it was a pain in the ass. Looking at it through the adult lens, it's like, okay, all right, kid, whatever. I could kind of see more how she might have seen that. But I loved her class, loved learning from her. And I still remember, first grade was Mrs. Goodman. Fourth grade was Mrs. Boger. And I love those teachers. The teachers that are memorable, that leave impressions on the heart, allow the students to learn at a pace that is great for the student, not just great for the teacher. That's what's coming through. That's complete. Yeah. Straight up, yes. Yes, 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 you should do that. Yes. It feels like it's part of the divine contract for you to be doing some kind of mentoring, some kind of teaching. And not just in one area, in multiple areas. So the area you might choose in this season might be different 5 years from now, what you would teach or how you would teach. But yeah, it's in your wiring.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fabulous. And this is the Love and Courage deck. Those words, let them be part of your anthem, part of your mantra, part of what guides you forward. All right. Love that. Awesome.
All right, Lauren is going to be next. Lauren, I need your question when you get a chance, please.
All right.
Also, Michelle, too.
What kind of read is Lauren getting?
Lauren is going to get a full read.
Okay.
And April said, thank you, slow and steady with love.
Yes, absolutely. You're welcome. Okay. So Lauren is getting a full
read.
Do you have the question?
Yes, we do. Would love some advice on how to balance my career, new career venture, and relationship.
Okay. How to balance the career. We've got the Solar Kingdom deck here for you, Lauren. I'm getting old paper, old scrolls, old scrolled papers, old journals, old paper. There's something that you would have written, a note to yourself, or the way you would have written something in the past that applies now, that would help you balance. Yes. Okay, we're going to set it up like a Franklin T. You guys have heard me talk about this before. Franklin T is like this, like a capital T, and here's like assets and liability. I don't know that it's going to be exactly assets and liability in the spread because I haven't done the spread this way before. But we're going to do the Franklin T. We're going to see what's coming across the top, what's dividing things, and then we'll see what's featured on each side. Okay? All right. How to do it more balanced. And employ the use of a Franklin T and a pen and a paper. It doesn't have to be overthought at all. Just, it's good to do. Knight of Pentacles. Know you're prepared. You're very, very prepared for whatever this is. Some ways a little over-prepared. This one takes 3 canteens to cross the desert, and he might only actually need 1. So just be aware that you are more than prepared. More than ready. Okay. That's the first deck. Then we've got the High Priestess coming in. Your intuition is strong and it's right on. There is a little bit of the miniature hermit here. You're going towards what you long for. Going towards a little bit of the lesson. Taking a climb. The hermit would be going towards the dark night of the soul. Really, really learning the spiritual lessons. You're getting the small ones coming through. There's small High Priestess lessons coming through. The hermit, High Priestess, all to do with intuition. 8 of Cups, leave what doesn't fulfill you. If it's not emotionally satisfying, it's never going to be. There's a certain level of dissatisfaction that you must leave behind in order to move forward. 5 of Wands. And again, this is the one that came up when you look at the Good Fortune Tarot, and it's the newer one that I got. And it had the battle of the egos going on. And it had all these young people fighting different agendas, but they were all masked in different masks. It's like play acting and trying to try on new things. But this is multiple different things competing for your attention and your energy. You need to discern what it is you want. Strength card coming on this side. This is where you follow the intuitive nudge. You're learning it here. You're learning it actually here in this choice that you make. This feels like something that you're going to make, and this feels like coming up. This feels like the present line here. Yeah. Leaving behind something that feels like heartache, sorrow. This is a card of betrayal, and we can only get betrayed by those we allow close. The other people that we don't care about, we would never feel the sting of the heart. So if this is to do with someone or the thoughts that we carry that are close to the heart, we have to let those go. We have to remove them in order to grow. And this is a hard heartache lesson. This is something that's difficult for you to choose. 4 of Wands here. It's a necessary thing to go forward. 4 of Wands is considered the 11-11. We usually see the people dancing through the pavilion, dancing through what's set up, the 4 poles. This is what's going on. Oh, look at this. You're going to need some time to choose for yourself to do it on your own. Hermit. Yeah, this is the present moment. You need to do some independent stuff on your own. Big time, big time, big time. Let's see what's going on each side. The assets and liabilities. Try and figure out how that you can do this balance. What is the assets and liabilities? But don't be surprised if one crosses from one side of the ledger to the other. Sometimes the very thing that we think of in our personality or in our skill set as a weakness becomes our strength. So don't necessarily think that it might not be so. And what you think of as weaknesses, how do you flip that around so it can be strength? Yeah, we're looking at liabilities to assets this way. I always say assets and liability, it's just an alphabetical thing, but this feels like things that you might see as weaknesses, things that you might want to work on. This feels like liability side, asset side, productive side of the ledger here. We're going to go for 2 cards here on the liability side. We tend to be overly critical on ourselves. That needs to stop. That needs to stop. You are way too hard on yourself. It needs to stop. So we're going to look at only 2 cards here, and then we're going to go for a bunch over here. 7 of Wands. Your boundaries have been a little bit weak, and you let other people have what they wish a little more often than you do. 7 of Wands and 9 of Cups. So your wish, whatever it is that you want, you delay, and you do for others first. This will rob you of time. It'll rob you of energy and resources. You are not necessarily to be riding the white horse and fixing everything for everyone all the time. You're supposed to be having a spiritual growth lesson of the High Priestess via the Hermit, by way of the Hermit. Seven of Wands, hold your boundaries. Say no when you need to say no. Say yes to what you really really want, not what you don't want. Don't settle for something you don't want. If somebody says, what do you want to drink? And you're like, yeah, I want a Diet Coke. And they're like, is Diet Pepsi good? If it's not good, it's not good. No, I'll just have water. If you don't want something, don't take what they're offering just because you think you can't have what you want. Yes, you can. You don't need to accommodate others quite so much. The people pleaser energy, the saying yes to others energy, and the not being clear on your boundaries. These are things that you'll get stronger and stronger on as you get more discernment and more clarity about what it is that you need to have. As your subtle energy is easier read by you. All right, going forward to the assets. This will be something that you'll have strong down the track, but it's going to take some practice and time. The Solar Kingdom, and the reason I grabbed for this deck is because you need more illumination. Solar, sun, joy, happiness, more illumination, more education on this. Oh, these want to come up. Holy moly. These just shot right out. We've got the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, Judgment, and the Page of Cups. King of Swords, making a strategic plan. What are we talking about doing? Now, this might look upside down to you, but if you were to do it, the T, the Franklin T, a couple of things that are weaknesses, and then a bunch of strengths. This is literally double the amount that's over here. I didn't know how many cards would be here, and 4 shot out. So you need to do at least double the focus on your assets, all right? Be strategic about it with the King of Swords. Think logically, not emotionally. Knight of Cups. What is the high ideal about your dreams that you want to carry forward? When the Knight of Cups is done right, when he's done right, he is noble. He is questing. He's not the one that goes into the battle, but he's the one that would get people rallied to move forward. He would be the noble idea and knows what they're fighting for, knows it's worth fighting for, knows what battle to be in and to inspire and to move towards, knows what the quest should be, right? Questing for the Grail. Some people would say the Grail is the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, again, relates to intuitive side, High Priestess side. You know what you need to quest for. You know what the efforts need to be worth it for you. Judgment and the higher self is being called forward. To thine own self be true. That card always says that to me. It always, always does. The judgment and the discernment that we make about ourselves as they relate to ourselves, and then what we want to be true to. Be true to the core of your soul. And nobody else's nonsense needs to matter. It may factor in here and there, a little bit here and there, but you are on the spiritual path and on your spiritual journey. Birth to death, we have ourself and our soul going forward. It's not our job to give other people the lessons or to accommodate their lessons. We're part of their story, but we're the main character in ours. So to thine own self be true. Honor your higher self all the way through, all the way through. And then this one, Page of Cups, you're going to need to get creative. You're going to go for an emotional resource and you're going to get way, way more than you thought you would. Huge, huge, huge. So as you quest going forward to balance, if it's emotionally rewarding, this guidance system that the emotions are here for are not to drag you to heck and back and make you go crazy and drama, drama, drama. They're to be, okay, what's at the root of that? Why am I feeling this way? Let your feelings help guide you, not overtake you. King of Swords, strategic, logical. Employ both the heart and the mind. And not other people's agendas, not other people's wishes, yours. What else in the ledger going forward? Going forward directionally. Temperance, yes. Ace of Swords, yes. 4 of Cups, ooh, okay. Caution. You will be sometimes not willing to see what is being offered to you as the divine gift. The divine gift is right there in the cup, in the grail, ready to go forward. Don't be shortchanging yourself and your soul the lesson. Temperance is here. This is one where you're balancing it out, and it takes a lot to transmute something. You are definitely shifting the liability to the asset, the weakness to the strength. You're shifting sides of the ledger so your boundaries are clear, so you can see from a higher vantage point. You got top of the hill viewpoint, straddling both worlds, capable to do it. And the ability to have your own wishes come true if you allow these to be moved over. Temperance, 4 of Cups, and in between, Sword of Truth, babe. Right through here. Your spiritual soul lesson, your soul growth is what it's all about. Keep your integrity solid and strong for you. Be true to yourself. Allow yourself to evolve. Allow yourself to change. Not to be changeable and malleable, but to expand, to grow, to explore. Allow yourself to expand by when your heart dictates, not when other people say you need to do this or accommodate that. No, you know when it is that you need to grow. You know when you're in integrity with yourself. Really, 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 really keep that tight, okay? That's complete.
Woo.
Yeah, that's a beautiful reading. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Yeah. Yeah, and journaling would be helpful for you. It doesn't have to be a novel, but journaling and writing stuff down, even if you did it for a month, of just journaling the day, what was the priority, what you feel like was a success. Don't go into the stew and what didn't work out and what didn't work out. The day, what's important to you, what's the success. You don't have to like huge plans, but you need to see your own progress and be able to see it over a period of time. You need the evidence book, right? And that's what that is. It's an evidence file when you journal in that manner. Okay, that's complete.
Wow.
Yeah, that was great. And that's the Solar Kingdom.
She said, wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much. Almost made me cry
Oh.
a couple times. I needed that.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Yay, that's good. That's good.
All right, we have Michelle. Michelle, I need your question when you get a chance.
Let me get a little water. I know I'm starting to sound a little froggy because I get passionate about what I'm saying, but at least my voice is pretty much back. Okay.
Yes, it is pretty much back.
Pretty much back.
Like 99%.
In the morning, though, I sound like completely...
Yes, in the morning she's, hello, what time is it?
It feels like I've smoked a carton of cigarettes or something. And it's just a sleeping and then like, Okay, so what kind of read are we doing for Michelle?
We're doing a full for Michelle.
Okay.
I just need her question when she gets a chance, Ange.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah. I'm contemplating, do I want to be in the Strange World or the Aura deck? And I think I want to be in the Aurora deck. Or the Aura. I don't know if it's Aura or Aurora. But that's what it is. It's this deck that we're supposed to be in.
Krista's asking, do you still offer light language classes?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I haven't done light language on camera in a while, but yeah, I do it frequently, and I do, I've been working on doing song healing stuff, which was so frustrating when I was sick and didn't have my voice as my own again. But yeah, absolutely.
All right, Michelle's just what she needs to know.
Okay. Michelle, what do you need to know? You have 3 pictures coming through. Okay, all right. I think we've got, like, yeah. We're going to have 6 cards, so think about, like, a frame and then 6 panes. And that's what we're getting. It's like a 6-pane window coming through, a 6-pane. I have a mirror that's like that, too. Very, very cool. All right. All of these things are a window or a frame, and I don't know if time's lining up in this or not, but it's like if you have multiple windows in your house, you're looking out one, you get a perspective, one, you get a different perspective. This is what's coming through. Okay. This one, the 6 cards coming through here. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. What is it that you're doing that is creating legacy? What is it that you're doing that's creating generational wealth and inheritance? What is it you're gifting yourself and leaving for the future? What are the gifts that come from the past that you're moving through, that you're carrying through? Queen of Swords here and the Hermit here. This one knows the truth about something. Declares it so, is sometimes abrasive or abrupt, but she knows the damn truth and she stands for it. And she doesn't tolerate any nonsense. Hermit, this time of isolation or time of being alone that has taught you the truth that you value, that you carry, that creates legacy for you here. 5 of Wands, other people competing, other competing energies. Knight of Cups, this is coming through a little bit as false knight, a little bit of over-idealized thought. It's coming through in the reverse of what that is. And then the World card here. There's a completion on this. What I would give you is flawed thinking that are over-idealistic don't serve you. Make you feel like you have to compete and compare, and that's not the case. And this is something that you are healing generationally that you could be done with. You're letting go of this year. It's going to be much less of an influence on you than it has been in the past. Second window pane. Let's look what's going on. This is like if you have your house and you have windows on each side of your house, you're going to look in the different directions. You need to pay attention. There's a reason to look through the windows through different perspectives. There's a reason to do that. And it is actually really good for you to do that exact thing from your own perspective, looking out your own window and seeing what it is that you're liking out there. Seeing the world in different frames. Again, okay. This one is giving us a different interesting thought. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman that's sitting pretty, that has everything she needs and occasionally checks out on things. And she's occasionally looking backwards to a battlefield that she should be off of. You have this one over here with the wands. You have this one with the Five of Swords. Don't look back at the defeats. Look at how far you've come. Going up this way. You know your value. You know your worth. Ace of Wands. Career and family and projects that are new and inspiring. There's potency in that. Look through that. There's a tendency for you to be overly harsh on yourself and see something as a complete extreme defeat when really it's just a battlefield you no longer need to be on. Lover's card here. Be aware of the choices that need to come in. Be aware of what is the passionate thing in the heart's desire. Not who's the heart's desire. What is the heart's desire? What you want to go towards. And let the universe bring it to you. This is the Santa Fe burger. The Three of Wands. This is where I say you don't go chase the waitress for your hamburger. Even if it's your favorite thing. The universe knows what you need to have. The universe knows what you are calling forward. So you be more clear and more focused about what it is with your intention. What is it you want to inspire? What is it you want to create? Be very, very focused.
Oh, I so struggle with the past.
Yeah, you're learning to let that go. And it's twice that you're getting this. Let's see in this third window what's coming up. Because the past is not who you are. Anything that you've done that creates a difference in your day to day is far different than what you've done a week ago. We think, oh, even if we're getting bored with the own mundaneness of our own life, we're not doing every day the same. It's like you can't step into the same river twice. It's different by the fact that you've taken one step into it. So the past and looking back that way does not serve. Chunk, chunk, chunk. This is coming out in chunks. Really. This third pane is coming out in chunks, chunks, chunks. So many swords. You'll get there. You'll get there. This is very beautiful to see. All right. What I'm seeing coming through on this one. Is this in shot? Is this in frame, honey? Because I can move these over.
Move them over a little bit.
Okay. What's coming through here? You're learning to settle down. There's a little bit of delay of how you set things up for yourself. The emperor rules his own kingdom, sets up the structure, sets up what's going to work for him. There's a little bit of a delay coming in this because there's a little bit of self-sabotage and limited thinking. And this is to do with the past. You're really struggling to move on from something where you think there's a limit. And breaking free of that limit is going to take more than one attempt, more than one lesson to prove to yourself that you can do such a thing. It's transformational in the way you think, but it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take at least 3 months and at least 3 efforts to get rid of this, I would say, delusional thought, but this thought that is false, this doubt, this keep you stuck kind of energy. You're not stuck in a certain way. You've been creating since the day you were born, as we all have. Babies know how to call for the food. They know how to get mom to pick them up when they just are throwing a tantrum. Watch a toddler. They know how to conquer the world. I mean, they really run the household big time. If a toddler is having a meltdown, things come to a screeching halt quite quickly. We know how to get what we want, and we forget this as we get older. We know, and then we think, oh, well, I can't do this or I can't do that. You're relearning some things. You're letting go of some things. These competitive thoughts of the ego, of who you were, are not who you are. Being true to yourself, and the Judgment card is coming through really strong on this. Show her that. Really strong coming through. To thine own self be true is coming through. The major arcanas that we're seeing in these window panes, in these little vignettes, so to speak. We're seeing the hermit in the world. The lesson that you have alone. A little bit of the dark night of the soul. And moving through something. Completing something, right? In here, the choice that you make as the lovers coming through huge, huge, huge. Huge in this one. And in here, we've got the Emperor and the Judgment coming through huge. Setting up a new structure of rules for yourself. These swords would all fall down. Usually we see this and it's set by the ocean. And if the ocean waves come in, all the swords get washed down. So these self-doubts that keep you feeling stuck, they're illusion. They're not true. They're not actually factually dug deep in. They aren't buried so deep in the sand that the ocean can't take them out. So your emotion needs to be used to clear out doubt.
Should put Steph is helping me learn.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Good. And you will learn. And there's something that you're learning. And this three times learning thing, it doesn't mean that you're not getting it fast enough. It's how we reinforce things. Sometimes people will say a thing and then we hear it from somebody else and then we hear it from somebody else. And it's like a confirmation of something. So you're definitely learning. To thine own self be true is huge, huge, huge going forward. Anything else? There's a certain level of trust that comes through with this one that you're letting go of here. Yeah. Huge integrity with self going forward, charging forward, and receptivity of the Empress coming through. Huge for you. You are ready to be receptive to your own truth and discern it and then charge forward with it. Huge, huge, huge. This can be a little bit of reckless sometimes. It feels like a little bit faster than you know how to control, but this is what it is. The knowledge that's coming through is different than what it was. The receptivity is different than what it was. What you thought might be the structure might get an interruption. If this guy come clanging through, armor clanging, noisy, the truth is going to be loud, resonant, big, booming, coming through, and you'll be receptive. You'll know. You'll know.
I always doubt myself, so glad to see that.
Yeah, you can learn how to be done with that. Learn to let that doubt go. It's made from a lens that is a younger lens, a younger version of you, and even if you know that you've come a long way, sometimes it takes a little bit to realize, oh, this was seen through the child eyes, that I shouldn't do this, or I'm not good at that, or I don't know about this uncertainty, because this is the child's eyes. The grown you knows differently. And when you look through that and you can let go of those old doubts, you start understanding differently. You start feeling differently. And the known to the bone comes and resides in your heart. That's what I've got. That's complete.
Wow.
That's gorgeous. I love that for you. And this is the Aura deck. I think A-U-R-A. So, yeah.
Woo, all right, Ange.
That's what I got. So, a little bit of water, and are we complete?
That's it. That was the
Okay.
last read for the day.
Then we'll let this go, and we will see you guys. Hopefully, we'll see you on Monday at 11 is what I think the plan is.
You will see.
I will see you on Monday at 11. Phil will probably be on the road by then. So, and we'll be watching WrestleMania in the meantime, because you got to balance the spiritual stuff with a little bit more grounded stuff too. You can't just be spiritually head in the clouds all day long, because you can't function in life. You need to balance your energy. All of us. I say you, and that's directed at all of us, including this one. So yeah, it's great to be doing tarot reading and stuff, but it's also good to take a drive, go out, enjoy the sun, come home, watch wrestling, do something a little bit different. My aunt that taught me to read tarot, she had a bunch of cozy mysteries, like murder mysteries. And she was the one that said that. You got to balance it out so you're not just too heavy in one chakra.
Okie doke. Michelle put a whole bunch of hearts.
Oh, thank you, honey.
All right.
Okay,
thanks,
have a good
Kim.
weekend,
Kim
guys.
said safe travels. Have a great
Thank you,
weekend.
Kim. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everyone. Everyone.
All right, Angie, we'll see you on
Monday.
Monday. I probably will see you next Friday.
Hopefully. That'd be fun, huh?
Okie
Okay.
doke. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Take care, guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.